Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to Cyber Safety Net Stay Safe Online, episode 156. My name is Anthony Germanos. I'll be the presenter today. A few weeks ago, I talked about ransomware on the network of the city of Oakland. Today, I'm talking about ransomware on the network of the county of San Bernardino, which is east of Los Angeles. I'm talking about ransomware today, and I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint and show you the definition of ransomware from dictionary.com. So here comes the PowerPoint. I'm talking about San Bernardino, not Oakland. No, County of San Bernardino. Now it's time for the ransomware definition from dictionary.com. Ransomware is malware planted illegally in a computer or mobile device that disables its operation or access to its data until the owner or operator pays to regain control or access. Malware is malicious software. Ransomware is malicious software on steroids. It's worse because it makes your data unavailable unless you pay a ransom. Today's presentation is sponsored by my fourth book, How Hacks Happen. In How Hacks Happen, there are two personas. There's me, Mark, the good guy, who wants to protect you, and there's Brad Cracker, the bad guy, who wants to rip you off. And if that means putting ransomware on the network that the San Bernardino County police officers use to determine if they're going to write you a speeding ticket or not, then Brad is happy. And as it turns out, the ransomware publishers here got $1.1 million. It really happened. Back in episode 102, I introduced the CIA triad, or the confidentiality, integrity, availability triad. Since I'm talking about ransomware again, I think we are in the confidentiality domain again. Now let's talk about San Bernardino County, because what happened to them is in April, they got hit by ransomware, and they initially said it was a network disruption. Isn't that beautiful? I bet they sat around a conference room table and said, well, we can't really disclose it's ransomware because we're going to scare everybody. Let's call it a network disruption. Isn't that beautiful? The network disruption shut down email and in-car computers, including the ones that the sheriff deputies used. The county paid 1.1 million ransom to the hackers. About half of that came from the cyber insurance policy, and the other, let's think about it, $1.1 million. Half from the cyber insurance, another half, sorry, taxpayers, it's you. Ransomware, it just keeps striking over and over. This is the third time I've talked about some public agency getting hit by ransomware. Today it's San Bernardino County. A few weeks ago it was the city of Oakland, and before that it was the Federal Marshal Service. The FBI says we should not pay ransoms, and that's because, also this is not the first time I've put this slide in a presentation, but the FBI says the FBI does not encourage paying a ransom to criminal actors. Paying a ransom may embolden adversaries to target additional organizations, encourage other criminal actors to engage in the distribution of ransomware, and or fund illicit activities. Paying the ransom also does not guarantee that a victim's files will be recovered. You know why? Because you're giving money to criminals for bad behavior, and you're expecting them to become honorable. If you get hit by a ransomware, here's what you do. Number one, you document what you saw. Number two, you turn off the computer. 3, you call the IT department. 4 is you panic. No, don't panic. I'm just making sure you're paying attention. Do not panic. Number 5 is do not get in the way of the computer people as they try to solve the issue. There have been times I've been at client sites where we lost internet access. And as I walked down the hall to get to the server room, people glommed me in the hallway. They said, Mark, I can't receive email. Mark, I can't bring up websites. Mark, I have a deadline. Mark, I think the network is down. Mark, when are you going to get the network back up? Well, Mark is going to get the network back up after you let Mark get to the server room. Do not get in the way of the computer people when they are trying to solve an issue at your work. You know what? I'm done. I've had this slide in previous presentations too. You need to test your disaster recovery plan. And if you don't have one, then give me a call. I know your time is valuable. I know there are other places you could have been, but you chose to be here. You chose to listen to me, Mark Anthony Germanos, tell you that the County of San Bernardino paid a $1.1 million ransom, and I am not a fan of that. No, no, no. Thank everybody for watching.